If you are shopping for an electric mountain bike, chances are you've heard three words: travel, wheel size, and geometry. We're here to talk with the Cube Stereo 160 and Cube Stereo 140 with Bugs and Amy, their respective choices in this Cube eMTB lineup, about what goes into those three words and how that plays out where you're riding when you're riding. So first, travel, and I'm going to look to you, Amy. Tell me, I hear numbers. I hear lots of numbers: 120, 140, 150, 170, all these things, and break it down. What goes into that number and what is travel in general?
Great question. So eMTB full suspension mountain bikes come in a variety of travel measurements, and that measurement is from here to here, and it's usually in millimeters. This particular bike is 160, or about 7 inches in the front, and very similar in the rear. Has 27.5 wheels. This bike absorbs big hits really well, so that when you're done with your ride, you're fresh like a little baby.
So my interpretation of that is that this is a higher number of travel than we see on a lot of bikes. So is there a general theme? If I see a bike with 120 millimeters of travel, what can I kind of wrap my head around in terms of where that bike might slot in?
Sure, for sure. Good question. So about 120 mils is a good trail bike, so it handles itself really well on tight, turny trails. When you start going up in travel, the bike gets a little bit longer and is a little more designed to go downhill, big swoopy turns, and good fun like that. So more travel, depending on what you want, a little more fun.
Oh man, I don't know, they all sound fun to me.
That's the problem.
You can have them all. So Bugs, Amy just mentioned a 27.5 wheel size on this Cube Stereo 160. I know this is a 29er, and you, as I understand, prefer a 29er, where Amy loves the 27.5. Tell me, how does travel, and tell me about this travel here, and wheel size combine to interact together, and what's that experience?
Totally, yeah. A bigger wheel will roll over stuff a little bit more easily because it's bigger. It's also more stable. So if I'm a little bit less confident than Amy, because I'm not an ex-pro mountain biker, this lets me follow her and not have the fear of death in my eyes. But it's more versatile. It lets me do anything. If I'm on a gravel road and I see a trail, a 140 and a 29er package is really like, oh, that looks cool, but then I can go get some groceries after it, and I'm not like riding a downhill mountain bike kind of feeling. But yeah, the 140 being a little bit less, it's kind of that Goldilocks, if you will, a little bit in the middle, a little bit do everything.
Okay, Goldilocks, the fun machine. I've ridden both of these bikes, and I find them both to be super fun. Geometry is the third word that we bring into a lot of conversations or get asked about a lot. And it seems like comfort overall, because we have a motor on these steeds, some of these factors maybe don't play in as much as on a non-electric mountain bike. So we can think about getting on one of these and what feels good, and how might geometry play into that for a rider who likes to be, more upright or less upright. Or tell me about geometry.
On bikes that have more travel, the front ends tend to be a little bit slacker, so they go downhill a little bit better. The rear ends tend to be a little bit longer as well. So it just makes going down less scary and less dangerous feeling. Conversely, when you have those cross-country machines, it won't be as slack up front, and it'll be a little bit tighter in the rear, and then it's designed for super fast, super fun. But the reality is they're all fun.
They're all fun. I think I'm gonna have one of each in my garage. These are the Cube Stereo 160 and Cube Stereo 140. We're happy to talk through with you what might be the best fit. We've got other eMTBs in our lineup as well. Until then, happy riding, and check us out on our YouTube channel.